Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? How are you people doing? In this video, I'm just gonna give you a brief little breakdown of the cycle in which YouTube has evolved. The Call of Duty platform has evolved on YouTube, and I don't know. It's just an interesting thing to think about when you just recall how this all started. How YouTube gained all this popularity in the gaming scene, and pretty much how people started living off of this whole shit, and it's just crazy to think about. But anyway, let's get into this. So, in what was it, 2007? Yeah, I think Call of Duty 4 came out in like 2007, and that's where the first ever commentary, the first ever gameplay went up on the internet. And at that time, the main thing, the only thing at that time really, was the casual commentary, where you just get a decent game or the best of their abilities. I guess at that time they didn't really, a lot of the people back then, like Blame Truth, they didn't really go super hard, but you know, they tried to do the best they could, and they usually get like scores like 25 and 5, and that was like amazing back then. Oh my god. I remember telling my friends like, yo, this guy goes 25 and 5 like consistently. Like, damn. And my friends were like, oh crap, like that's crazy. Because I remember hearing him in his videos, he said that he goes like 25 and 5 like every game or every other game, and I was like, whoa, no way. And that really amazed me. And that really it really started up the community that we now know as today. You know, this huge community that we have, all split up into little groups. And then came, what was next? Call of Duty 5. Everything pretty much followed up with that, to more people like what was it, Wings of Redemption. He joined at that point, and then came Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2 was a big game because this was the game of pub stompers, man. This is where the whole pub stomping shit came from. This is where people like J Nasty and Carnage Clan and all these big pub stomping groups originated from. This game where the kill streaks did so much fucking work, and people wanted to see high kill streaks being used, since in the past CODs there's only a certain limit, like what, 7 kills is the max kill streak, and the kill streaks didn't do that much, but they were still decent. But in this game, the kill streaks did legit everything. If you got a chopper gunner, the game was over. Your team won. There was a nuke which ended the game, and people really want to see that. That was like, I feel like if they brought back that kind of feeling where the streaks do so much work. They kind of did that with Black Ops 2, but it wasn't, I don't think it had the same kind of fun factor that MW2 had, because at the time Call of Duty was still refreshing. It wasn't really in that stage where it's kind of stale. But anyway, you know, people wanted to see that shit, and so the whole pub stopping community just blew up over a couple weeks. And community, I can't think of a direct channel that's, I think J Nasty started in Black Ops 2, so it wasn't like that was where. Also, at the same time, sniping. Ever since Call of Duty 4, there was like quick scoping clans, and Modern Warfare 2 was a huge breakout year for clans like FaZe, and this is where they pretty much just exploded. And all the quick scoping little asshole 12-year-olds who you see in pubs, that's where they came from. That's where their quick scoping ideology originated from. MW2, or at least that's where it expanded from. That's where it exploded. And so if you have a game to blame for that bullshit, blame MW2. and then going into Black Ops 1, it was much harder to snipe in that game, so sniping community kind of, they didn't die off, but they kind of simmered to a lower popularity scale. Pub Stompers did okay. The streaks weren't super good, but they had the dogs, Chopper Gunner, people like 402 Thunder. They really did good during that game. They loved that game. They exploded. Well, casual commentaries, that they really thrived during Black Ops 2. Them, and that was also the time where competitive was also starting to get off its feet. Of course, it was still small up until like Black Ops 2. That's where it really exploded. But Black Ops 1, notice how it's Treyarch games that really help out competitive games the most. That in this game made by Sledgehammer, Advanced Warfare, man. This game great for competitive. I love it for competitive. But anyway, yeah, Black Ops 2 was really Black Ops 1 was really a breakout year for competitive. It was not a good year for really high-scoring gameplays like Pub Stompers or like Quick Scopers, but it was really good for the casuals and the competitive. I mean, G Nasty, that's where he started off pub stomping, but back then he wasn't really a pub stomper. He was just a guy who'd get decent, well, not decent, he'd get better than average gameplays, like 100 pluses, but nothing up to the standards of today. So I don't know if you call that pub stomping. I'd call that casual at that point. Now that would kind of be seen as pub stomping, considering the expectations that are still much higher that it would come across as pub stomping compared to back then, where it was kind of like with the kill streaks, like the chopper gunner and the dogs, it's kind of hard not to get do really good when you get both of them. But anyway, MW3, this was a fucking crazy year for pub stomping, man. This is where all the big clans came from. We got J Nasty. This was J Nasty's year. People like him, who posted, him and like Green Goblin and people like that, dude, they exploded. People who were posting quad Moabs, Pentas, man, Penta Moab launched J Nasty's career, like, boom. Now he's kind of like in a shaky period, but I don't know what's gonna happen with him. But the competitive scene in that game sucked dick. It was pretty much complete AIDS. That's why I looked at it, I was like, nah, fuck that. Hell no, I'm not getting involved with that shit. Damn, dude, that shit was horrible. And then the quick scoping community, that game was, oh my dude, that game was legit perfect for snipers. That game of Black Ops 2 were just perfect for snipers. And then the casuals, the casuals did not survive at all on this time because people were getting tired of that. They wanted to see different. They're pretty much, the commentary itself died because there's only a certain amount of things you could talk about, and gameplays are pretty much, they've got a longer lifespan because there's so many different things you could do in one game since it's only out for 1 year. Topics don't usually, there's not really a varied subject of topics you could talk about. Meanwhile, there's only 1 year for this game in which you post. You pretty much expend the shit out of it, stretch it to its full extent, you squeeze all the juice out, and then you just move on to the next one, so it's kind of refreshing every year. So that's how everyone but the casual commentary people survived in MW3. And then in Black Ops 2, at this point, the casual commentary is, I wouldn't say it's dead. I mean, people like 402 Thunder. 402 Thunder in Black Ops 2, he exploded more than anyone I've ever seen explode. Him and TBNR Frags, who are casuals. TBNR Frags is he's like one of the best PC gamers I've ever seen, so I wouldn't call him casual, but he plays casual, but like his attitude is casual, but he plays like a pro, you know. But the casual commentaries, they did okay in Black Ops 2 because, I mean, if you're a supporter for it or if you're a hater against it, because that game is full of mixed. It was a very controversial game. People either loved it or hated it. People like Frito did really good during that game, and then people like what's his name, T-Bats, they did really good for the game because they had different opinions, different strong opinions. One group liked the game, one group hated the game, and they had their own opinions. And you know, people took sides, and that really helped their channels explode at that time. Especially Frito's, man. His channel just did really well that year. The Sniping Clan, like I said before, dude, Snipers just did great in that game. Pub Stompers, since competitive was getting so big, Pub Stomping kind of took a backseat that year. It really did, even though it was really easy to get gameplays. Like, in the beginning of the year, Pub Stomping did great, dude. There's the 200 pluses. Later in the year, there's the 300 pluses. People like Amp Clan, Doom Clan formed. I think Amp Clan was around for MW3, though, I'm not sure. But, like, Doom Clan formed, and now we have Carnage Clan. They all pretty much originated based off of MW3 and Black Ops 2 Pub Stomping. But, as you can see now, the big story gameplays kind of died off in that kind of era due to pretty much the main focus in that game was competitive. So the pub scene in general did not do well at all. For one, I fucking love pubs in Black Ops 2. That was my favorite shit, but people didn't like it that much, especially in the beginning. There was a skill-based matchmaking, and people reverse boosted, and I don't have any problem with that, but people didn't like it, and people hated it, and that people say it gave public Pub Stomper is a bad name, which I don't understand that. You know, don't watch it if you don't want to see someone get good gameplays. You might not think they're good, but I mean, it's still a good gameplay. You still want to see it if it's entertaining. But apparently gave them a bad name, and they didn't do that well the rest of the year. There's a bunch of people fake gameplays trying to get to the top. That's how bad Pub Stomping got, that people had to fake gameplays just to gain subscribers. It was a really sad year for that kind of shit. And then, you know, that pretty much happens all the time though with quickscoping, where people set up shots, but it's not really as competitive because, you know, FaZe is pretty much conglomerate. But anyway, getting into Call of Duty Ghosts, that game did nothing for anyone except for the quickscopers, man. That game was good for quickscoping. It wasn't the best. It was no Black Ops 2 or MW3, but it was definitely really easy to quickscope, and they thrived. But the game was too slow for the pub players. There wasn't much of a skill gap for the competitive players, and for the pub players, I mean the casual players, I mean they didn't have shit to go off of. They pretty much all the casuals quit that game. This game was pretty much where all like the ex-cows, they left and they played like Saint Rose and all these like Far Cry and all these different games. This is pretty much where I'd say Call of Duty started really just going downhill, started dying. Black Ops 2 was still Black Ops 2 was a great year for Call of Duty in my opinion, and then Ghost just went straight down into a dumpster fire, and it pretty much ruined the experience for everyone, including myself. I fucking hated that game. And now we're in Advanced Warfare, and so far, skill-based matchmaking, it sucks, but you know what? I don't feel it as much as I did in the beginning, or at least in the beginning of Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 competitive was crazy. This game has a higher skill gap, so even if you do get put up against kids who have your general stats most of the time, you're gonna outplay them it's all just, if you have higher gun skill, you got higher movement speed. You don't know how they play. People who have, like, Plains of Redemption, dude, if you're going up against a guy like him, he pretty much plays really campy-like, so if you guys have similar stats and you're a guy who can keep those stats while having the maneuverability that you have and the gun skill that you have, he does not stand a chance. So that's the whole skill gap in terms of skill-based matchmaking. So it didn't really affect really good players, but it also did at the same time, because it's like sometimes you just want to go into a lobby and just fuck around, not care, but it's like, no, every game's got to be a competitive game. And that really fucking sucks. The pub stompers fucking hate this game so far. Oh, not all of them. I gotta say, the streaks suck, but going for those DNA bombs is awesome. I love doing that. The quickscopers, this game's, it's much harder to quickscope. I think it's a lot more balanced. It's not, it ain't no Black Ops 1 sniper, I'll tell you that, but I'd say it's, funner's not a word, but that's the only word I could think of. It's more amusing to snipe in this game than I've noticed in any other COD. It's so much fun, and I think the sniping scene is going to do pretty decent in this game. Competitive, dude, they're going to do amazing in this game. They already have, man. Call of Duty Championships has already been announced, dude. And it's this early on. It just hit January and it's already been announced. It's fucking crazy. It's great news for a competitive scene. The casuals, man, I mean, after Call of Duty Ghosts, we're kind of seeing them come back. I know 402 Thunder already quit this game. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like the skill gap. And what can I say, man? If you don't like the game, don't like the game. He's playing Black Ops 2 now, but he's, in my opinion, he's one of the minorities. A lot of people are coming back to this game, and I love that, man. This game should get as much love as it possibly can, guys. People have to realize how evolutionary this game is. It ain't no revolutionary game. Call of Duty 4 was a revolutionary game where they completely changed everything. This just changed it that much more. You know, it was the next step in the Call of Duty cycle, because this game was getting so stale, this whole game series, and putting the exo boost and everything in it really just made it 10 times better and just amazing, and I fucking love this game. I hope you guys do too. I've been trying to post live gameplays lately. Like, I've been trying to record while scrimming or playing GBs or tournaments with my team, but the fucking Skype, you know, you could download Skype on the Xbox One, it won't record their voices, and it pisses me the fuck off, and it stops me from streaming, and it stops me from doing live comms with them, so I have to do live comms on my own, which, you know, it's cool, but I love to record games where you can hear my teammates talking. If any of you guys know how to fix that, or if you can ask a fucking Xbox dude, I don't know. but put it in the comments below. Anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, remember to hit that like button. Subscribe if you have not. If you haven't already, dude, like prayers. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. Just kidding. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace, bitches. I'm out. I love you. Penis in my ass. I'm taking this out of the video. No, I'm not. I'm going to keep it in because, yeah. Alright, now the commentary's going on way too long. Probably shut it off, but way too fucking lazy.